John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS Information Papa, time 2136 Zulu, wind 310 at 10, visibility 10, temperature 10, dew point -2, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work. No light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left. Advise on initial contact, you have information Papa. John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS Information Papa, time 2136 Zulu, wind 310 at 10, visibility 10, temperature 10, dew point -2, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work. No light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left. Advise on initial contact, you have information Papa. John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS Information Papa, time 2136 Zulu, wind 310 at 10, visibility 10, temperature 10, dew point -2, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work. No light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left. Advise on initial contact, you have information Papa. John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS Information Papa, time 2136 Zulu, wind 310 at 10, visibility 10, temperature 10, dew point -2, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work. No light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left. Advise on initial contact, you have information Papa. John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS Information Papa, time 2136 Zulu, wind 310 at 10, visibility 10, temperature 10, dew point -2, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work. No light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left. Advise on initial contact, you have information Papa. John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS Information Papa, time 2136 Zulu, wind 310 at 10, visibility 10, temperature 10, dew point -2, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work. No light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left. Advise on initial contact, you have information Papa. John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS Information Papa, time 2136 Zulu, wind 310 at 10, visibility 10, temperature 10, dew point -2, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work. No light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left. Advise on initial contact, you have information Papa.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, LL2.
Spirit wind 2399, taxi to Terminal 5 Gate 19 via Whiskey, Alpha.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Golf Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango, ready for pushback, requesting runway 31 left.
JetBlue 918, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready.
John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS information Papa, time 2136 Zulu, wind 310 visibility 10, temperature 10, viewpoint -2, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left advise on initial contact, you have information Papa. John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS information Papa, time 2136 Zulu, wind 310 visibility 10, temperature 10, viewpoint -2, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left advise on initial contact, you have information Papa. John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS information Quebec, time 2238 Zulu, wind 330 visibility 10, temperature 8, viewpoint -3, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left advise on initial contact, you have information Quebec. John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS information Quebec, time 2238 Zulu, wind 330 visibility 10, temperature 8, viewpoint -3, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left advise on initial contact, you have information Quebec. John F. Kennedy Airport, ATIS information Quebec, time 2238 Zulu, wind 330 visibility 10, temperature 8, viewpoint -3, altimeter 3024 remarks, no pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time landing runway 31 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 31 left advise on initial contact, you have information Quebec. John F. Crossing runway 4 left, Hotel Bravo Juliet Alpha Mike.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Air Japan 18, ready for pushback with information Papa.
Turkish 1453, stand by.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Golf Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango, ready to taxi.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Scandinavian 916 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 31 left with information Papa. Golf Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Golf Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango.
Scandinavian 916 Heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready. Air Japan 18, pushback approved. Taxiing to runway 31 left, Scandinavian 916 Heavy.
Pushback approved, Air Japan 18.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 119, ready for pushback.
John F. Kennedy Ground, American 1845, ready to taxi with information Papa.
American 1845, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready. Turkish 1453, pushback approved.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, American 1845.
Delta 119, hold position.
Pushback approved, Turkish 1453.
Thank you, good day, Spirit Wings 2399.
Holding position, Delta 119.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 2398, request taxi to gate A16 at the Terminal 4.
Golf Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Golf Sierra, John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 2190, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
Delta 2190, pushback approved.
Taxiing.
Pushback approved, Delta 2190.
Scandinavian 916 Heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 31 left, Scandinavian 916 Heavy. Thank you, Scandinavian 916 Heavy.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Swiss 19, request taxi to gate 04 at the Terminal 8.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Turkish 1453, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 1121 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
John F. Kennedy Ground, numbered 500 Echo Zulu, ready for pushback with information Papa.
Swiss 19, taxi to Terminal 8 Gate 04 via Papa, November, Bravo.
Taxiing to Terminal 8 Gate 04 via Papa, November, Bravo, Swiss 19.
Turkish 1453, hold position.
Holding position, Turkish 1453.
Numbered 500 Echo Zulu, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, numbered 500 Echo Zulu.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Giant 541 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot, ready for pushback, requesting runway 31 right. John F. Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 2760, request taxi to gate A07 at the Terminal 4.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Air Japan 18, ready to taxi with information Papa.
American 1845, cross runway 4 left.
Scandinavian 1967, request permission to cross runway 4 left.
JetBlue 2760, taxi to Terminal 4 gate A07 via Bravo. Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot, pushback approved. Scandinavian 1967, cross runway 4 left. Pushback approved, Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot.
Crossing runway 4 left.
07 via Bravo, JetBlue 2760.
Crossing runway 4 left, American 1845.
Golf Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango, cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, Golf Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango.
Giant 541 Heavy, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, Giant 541 Heavy.
Air Japan 18, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Air Japan 18.
Turkish 1453, taxi to runway
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 2190, ready to taxi to runway 31 left with information Quebec.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Turkish 1453.
Scandinavian 916 Heavy, cross runway 4 left. Crossing runway 4 left, Scandinavian 916 Heavy. Delta 1121 Heavy, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, Delta 1121 Heavy.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Philippines 341, ready for pushback with information Quebec. Scandinavian 1967, runway 31 left, taxi via Juliet, Juliet Alpha, contact tower when ready. Delta 2190, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 2190.
3 Delta Delta Echo Lima, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 31 left, 3 Delta Delta Echo Lima. Philippines 341, pushback approved. Delta 119, pushback approved. John F. Kennedy Ground, Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot, ready to taxi to runway 31 right. Pushback approved, Delta 119.
John F. Kennedy Ground, numbered 500 Echo Zulu, ready to taxi with information Papa.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Bayon 080, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready. Bayon 080, hold position.
Holding position, Bayon 080.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot. Pushback approved, Philippines 341. Numbered 500 Echo Zulu, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, numbered 500 Echo Zulu.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Giant 541 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Quebec. John F. Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 251 Bravo Alpha, request taxi to gate 27 at the Terminal 5.
Thank you, good day, Bus 19.
Delta 1121 Heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 1121 Heavy.
JetBlue 251 Bravo Alpha, taxi to Terminal 5 gate 27 via Whiskey Bravo. Boeing 080, pushback approved.
Taxiing to Terminal 5 gate 27 via Whiskey Bravo, JetBlue 251 Bravo Alpha. Pushback approved, Boeing 080.
Giant 541 Heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Giant 541 Heavy. John F. Kennedy Ground, Zulu Kilo Tango Golf Charlie, request taxi to gate B30 at the Terminal 4.
Zulu Kilo Tango Golf Charlie, taxi to Terminal 4 gate B30 via Papa, Bravo.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 gate B30 via Papa, Bravo, Zulu Kilo Tango Golf Charlie.
Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot, cross runway 4 left. Crossing runway 4 left, Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Boeing 080, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Philippines 341, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
Lombard 500 Echo Zulu, request permission to cross runway 4 left.
Boeing 080, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready. Philippines 341, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready. Taxiing to runway 31 left, Philippines 341. Delta 1121 Heavy, give way to aircraft ahead. John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 119, ready to taxi.
Give way to aircraft, Delta 1121 Heavy.
Lombard 500 Echo Zulu, cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, Lombard 500 Echo Zulu.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Lufthansa 002 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
Delta 119, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready. Lufthansa 002 Heavy, pushback approved. Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 119.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Avianca 770, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
Avianca 770, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, Avianca 770. Giant 541 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 31 right. John F. Kennedy Ground, American 777 X-Ray, request taxi to the American Airlines maintenance apron.
Zulu Kilo Tango Golf Charlie, give way to aircraft on your left.
Give way to aircraft, Zulu Kilo Tango Golf Charlie.
Giant 541 Heavy, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. American 777 X-Ray, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1, Giant 541 Heavy.
Pushback approved, Lufthansa 002 Heavy.
Taxi to parking, American 777 X-Ray.
Boeing 080, cross runway 4 left. Delta 119, please follow instructions.
Bayan 080, request permission to cross runway 4 left.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 119.
John F. Kennedy Ground, American 1717, request taxi to the Terminal 8.
Bayan 080, you were already instructed to cross the runway.
Roger, Bayan 080.
American 1717, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, American 1717.
Delta 119, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 119.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Singapore 24 Heavy, ready for pushback.
Number 500 Echo Zulu, give way to aircraft on your right.
Give way to aircraft, numbered 500 Echo Zulu.
Singapore 24 Heavy, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, Singapore 24 Heavy.
Delta 2190, request permission to cross runway 4 left.
Delta 2190, cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, Delta 2190.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 119. Hotel Bravo Juliet Alpha Mike, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1, Hotel Bravo Juliet Alpha Mike.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Lufthansa 002 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 227, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
Lufthansa 002 Heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready. Delta 227, hold position.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Lufthansa 002B.
Holding position, Delta 227.
Turkish 1453, request frequency change.
Giant 541 Heavy, cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, Giant 541 Heavy.
Turkish 1453, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1, Turkish 1453.
Numbers 500 Echo Zulu, correction, stand by. Numbers 500 Echo Zulu, hold position.
John F. Kennedy Ground, United 1 Zulu, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
Bayan 080, hold position.
Holding position, numbered 500 Echo Zulu.
Holding position, Bayan 080.
United 1 Zulu, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, United 1 Zulu.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 420 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
John F. Kennedy Ground, AB Anchor 770, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
Delta 420 Heavy, hold position. AB Anchor 770, hold position. Holding position, Delta 420 Heavy.
Holding position, AB Anchor 770.
Air Japan 18, cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, Air Japan 18.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Shamrock 19 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
Numbers 500 Echo Zulu, give way to aircraft on your right.
Give way to aircraft, numbered 500 Echo Zulu.
Delta 119, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ATC instructions. Delta 119, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 119. Bayan 080, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Bayan 080.
Shamrock 19 Heavy, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, Shamrock 19 Heavy.
Delta 119, cross runway 4 left. Crossing runway 4 left, Delta 119. Avianca 770, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Avianca 770. John F. Kennedy Ground, United 1 Zulu, ready to taxi with information Quebec. John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 584, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
United 1 Zulu, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, United 1 Zulu.
Delta 584, hold position.
Holding position, Delta 584.
Delta 1121 heavy, cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, Delta 1121 heavy.
Avianca 770, please expedite.
Standby, Avianca 770. John F. Kennedy Ground, American 7132, request taxi to parking.
John F. Kennedy Ground, American 550 Heavy, request taxi to gate 37 at the Terminal 8.
American 7132, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, American 7132.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Lufthansa 415, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
Avianca 770, please expedite. American 550 Heavy, taxi to Terminal 8 Gate 37 via Whiskey, Bravo.
Taxiing to Terminal 8 Gate 37 via Whiskey, Bravo, American 550 Heavy.
Lufthansa 415, hold position.
Holding position, Lufthansa 415.
Delta 420 Heavy, pushback approved. Delta 584, pushback approved. Lufthansa 415, pushback approved. Pushback approved, Delta 420 Heavy. Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot, request frequency change.
Pushback approved, Delta 584.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Singapore 24 Heavy, ready to taxi.
Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. Delta 227, pushback approved. Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 9.1, Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot.
Pushback approved, Delta 227.
Lufthansa 002 Heavy, you're on an active airport, please contact John F. Kennedy Ground on 121.9.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Shamrock 19 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Endeavour 4099, ready for pushback with information Quebec, requesting runway 31 left.
Pushback approved, Lufthansa 415.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Emirates 205 Super, request taxi to parking.
John F. Kennedy Ground, November 982 Alpha Tango, request taxi to gate 24 at the Terminal 5.
Singapore 24 Heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready. November 982 Alpha Tango, taxi to Terminal 5 Gate 24 via Whiskey, Alpha, Delta.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Singapore 24 Heavy.
Emirates 205 Super, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Shamrock 19 Heavy, hold position.
Taxi to parking, Emirates 205 Super.
Holding position, Shamrock 19 Heavy.
Taxiing to Terminal 5 Gate 24 via Whiskey, Alpha, Delta, November 982 Alpha Tango.
Lufthansa 002 Heavy, cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, Lufthansa 002 Heavy.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 584, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
Delta 584, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 584.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 191 Heavy, ready for pushback, requesting runway 31 left.
Shamrock 19 Heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, contact Tower 1 ready. Delta 191 Heavy, pushback approved.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Shamrock 19 Heavy. John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 227, ready to taxi with information Quebec. John F. Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 223, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
Singapore 24 Heavy, hold position.
Pushback approved, Delta 191 Heavy.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Speedbird 246 India Golf, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 5170, ready for pushback with information Quebec. Singapore 24 Heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower 1 ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Singapore 24 Heavy.
Delta 5170, pushback approved, still to leave. JetBlue 223, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, JetBlue 223.
Speedbird 246 India Golf, hold position.
Holding position, Speedbird 246 India Golf.
Singapore 24 Heavy, cross runway 4 left.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Lufthansa 415, ready to taxi with information Quebec. Crossing runway 4 left, Singapore 24 Heavy.
Delta 227, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower 1 ready.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 2398 Heavy, request taxi to parking. Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 227.
Delta 2398 Heavy, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Emirates 205 Super, request taxi to gate A07 at the Terminal 4.
Lufthansa 415, hold position.
Holding position, Lufthansa 415.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Tonjet 626 Tango Uniform, ready for pushback with information Quebec.
Emirates 205 Super, taxi to Terminal 4 gate A07 via Alpha, Golf.
Pushback approved, Speedbird 246 India Golf.
Taxi to parking, Delta 2398 Heavy. Pushback approved, Tonjet 626 Tango Uniform.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 191 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 31 left. John F. Kennedy Ground, Turkish 627 Heavy, request taxi to gate B37 at the Terminal 4.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 2398 Heavy, request taxi to gate B43 at the Terminal 4. John F. Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 223, ready to taxi to runway 31 left with information Quebec.
Turkish 627 Heavy, taxi to Terminal 4 gate B37 via Alpha, Golf, Bravo Bravo. Delta 2398 Heavy, taxi to Terminal 4 gate B43 via Alpha.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 gate B37 via Alpha, Golf, Bravo Bravo, Turkish 627 Heavy.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 gate B43 via Alpha, Delta 2398 Heavy.
Lufthansa 415, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower 1 ready.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Tonjet 626 Tango Uniform, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
John F. Kennedy Ground, American 741 Super, request taxi to gate 05 at the Terminal 1.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Lufthansa 415.
Tonjet 626 Tango Uniform, hold position. John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 5170, ready to taxi with information Quebec. Delta 191 Heavy, hold position.
Holding position, Tonjet 626 Tango Uniform.
JetBlue 223, hold position.
Holding position, JetBlue 223.
American 741 Super, taxi to Terminal 1 gate 05 via. John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 420 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
Taxiing to Terminal 1 gate 05 via, American 741 Super.
Delta 227, cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, Delta 227.
Turkish 627 Heavy, give way to aircraft ahead.
Give way to aircraft, Turkish 627 Heavy.
Delta 420 Heavy, hold position. Holding position, Delta 420 Heavy. Delta 420 Heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower 1 ready. Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 420 Heavy. Delta 5170, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower 1 ready. Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 5170. Tonjet 626 Tango Uniform, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower 1 ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Tomjet 626 Tango Uniform.
Delta 191 Heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Emirates 205 Super, request taxi to gate A03 at the Terminal 4.
Emirates 205 Super, taxi to Terminal 4 gate A03 via.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Delta 191 Heavy.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 gate A03 via Emirates 205 Super.
JetBlue 223, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Swiss 733 Heavy, ready for pushback.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Speedbird 246 India Golf, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
Swiss 733 Heavy, hold position.
Holding position, Swiss 733 Heavy.
Speedbird 246 India Golf, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Speedbird 246 India Golf.
Delta 420 Heavy, give way to aircraft on your left.
John F.
Number 3, cleared to land, runway 31 right, JetBlue 1611.
John F. Kennedy Tower, Delta 1034, inbound on the ILS runway 31 left with information Quebec.
Delta 1034, wind 3605, number 1, runway 31 left, clear to land. Lindbergh 147, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on finals.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 31 left, Delta 1034.
Wilco, Lindbergh 147.
John F. Kennedy Tower, JetBlue 2088, inbound on the ILS runway 31 right with information Papa.
Scandinavian 916 Heavy, wind 3605, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff, fly runway heading until it's all above 3,000 feet.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Scandinavian 916 Heavy.
Bay 080, wind 3605, runway 31 left, cleared for immediate takeoff, fly runway heading until it's all above 3,000 feet. Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Bay 080.
John F. Kennedy Tower, Lombard 500 Echo Zulu, ready for departure at runway 31 left, departing north.
3 Delta Delta Echo Lima, frequency change approved, good day.
Frequency change approved 3 Delta Delta Echo Lima, good day.
JetBlue 2088, wind 3605, number 2, runway 31 right, clear to land.
Number 2, clear to land, runway 31 right, JetBlue 2088.
FedEx 5305, wind 3605, number 2, runway 31 left, clear to land. Number 2, clear to land, runway 31 left, FedEx 5305. Scandinavian 916 Heavy, frequency change approved, good day.
Frequency change approved, Scandinavian 916 Heavy, good day.
Alpha Juliet Mike 0808, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Longbow 500 Echo Zulu, hold short of runway 31 left. Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot, hold short of runway 31 left.
Holding short runway 31 left, Lombard 500 Echo Zulu.
John F. Kennedy Tower, Delta 119, ready for departure at runway 31 left, remaining in the pattern.
John F. Kennedy Tower, American 1128, inbound on the ILS runway 31 right with information Quebec. Attention all aircraft, please only request for takeoff when first in line. American 1128, wind 3605, number 3, runway 31 right, clear to land. Bay 080, frequency change approved, good day. Number 3, clear to land, runway 31 right, American 1128. Frequency change approved Bay 080, good day. Attention all aircraft, no pattern work accepted at this time. Longbow 500 Echo Zulu, line up and wait runway 31 left.
Line up and wait runway 31 left, Longboat 500 Echo Zulu.
Longboat 500 Echo Zulu, please expedite. John F. Kennedy Tower, Turkish 86 is 11 nautical miles to the southeast of 2,900 feet, inbound for landing. Delta 1034, wing able turn right and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. John F. Kennedy Tower, Delta 1034, inbound on the visual runway 31 left.
Wilco, Delta 1034.
JetBlue 1611, exit runway wing able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Delta 1034, please expedite.
Wilco, JetBlue 1611.
Longboat 500 Echo Zulu, wind 360 at 5, runway 31 left, cleared for immediate takeoff, fly runway heading until at or above 3,000 feet.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Longboat 500 Echo Zulu.
Going around, FedEx 5305. FedEx 5305, roger, fly runway heading runway 31 left. Longboat 500 Echo Zulu, cancel takeoff clearance, hold position. Roger, FedEx 5305.
Wilco, Longboat 500 Echo Zulu.
Delta 1034, wind 360 at 5, number 1, runway 31 left, clear to land. Number 1, clear to land, runway 31 left. Delta 1034. Turkish 86, wind 360 at 5, number 3, runway 31 right, clear to land. Number 3, clear to land, runway 31 right, Turkish 86. FedEx 5305, contact New York approach on 132.4. Contacting New York approach on 132.4, FedEx 5305. Going around, FedEx 5305. Longboat 500 Echo Zulu, wind 360 at 5, runway 31 left, cleared for immediate takeoff, fly runway heading until at or above 3,000 feet.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Longboat 500 Echo Zulu.
JetBlue 2088, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Lufthansa 400 Heavy, wind 360 at 5, number 3, runway 31 right, clear to land.
Wilco, JetBlue 2088. Number 3, cleared to land, runway 31 right, Lufthansa 400 Heavy.
Longboat 500 Echo Zulu, frequency change approved, good day.
John F. Kennedy Tower, Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November, inbound on the ALS runway 31 right.
Frequency change approved Longboat 500 Echo Zulu, good day.
Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November, wind calm, number 4, runway 31 right, clear to land.
Number 4, cleared to land, runway 31 right, Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November.
Thank you, good day, Longboat 500 Echo Zulu.
Giant 541 Heavy, line up and wait runway 31 left. Line up and wait runway 31 left, Giant 541 Heavy. Delta 1034, wing able turn right and contact ground, please expedite. American 1128, exit runway wing able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, Delta 1034. Wilco, American 1128. Giant 541 Heavy, wind calm, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff, fly runway heading until at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Giant 541 Heavy. Echo Charlie Quebec Bravo Oscar, wind calm, number 3, runway 31 right, cleared to land. Number 3, cleared to land, runway 31 right, Echo Charlie Quebec Bravo Oscar. Turkish 86, exit runway wing able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, Turkish 86. Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot, wind calm, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff, fly runway heading until at or above 3,000 feet.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot.
Singapore 24 Heavy, line up and wait runway 31 left. Giant 541 Heavy, Frequency change approved, good day.
Line up and wait runway 31 left, Singapore 24 heavy.
Frequency change approved Giant 541 heavy, good day.
John F. Kennedy Tower, WestJet 1 is 9 nautical miles to the southeast at 2,400 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 31 right.
WestJet 1, wind calm, number 4, runway 31 right, clear to land.
Number 4, clear to land, runway 31 right, WestJet 1.
Singapore 24 heavy, wind calm, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff, fly runway heading until at or above 3,000 feet. John F. Kennedy Tower, FedEx 571 heavy is 12 nautical miles to the southeast at 4,000 feet, inbound for landing.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Singapore 24 heavy.
Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot, frequency change approved, good day. Lufthansa 400 heavy, exit run. Delta 2190, wind calm, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff, fly runway heading until at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Delta 2190. Delta 227, line up and wait runway 31 left. Line up and wait runway 31 left, Delta 227. Lufthansa 400 heavy, contact John F. Kennedy ground on 121.9.
Contacting John F. Kennedy ground on 121.9, Lufthansa 400 heavy.
Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November, exit runway wing able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final.
Wilco, Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November.
Delta 938, wind calm, number 4, runway 31 right, clear to land.
John F. Kennedy Tower, Delta 5170, ready for departure at runway 31 left, departing north.
Singapore 24 heavy, frequency change approved, good day.
Number 4, clear to land, runway 31 right, Delta 938.
Delta 5170, hold short of runway 31 left.
Holding short runway 31 left, Delta 5170.
Frequency change approved Singapore 24 heavy, good day.
Delta 2190, frequency change approved. Frequency change approved Delta 2190, good day. Echo Charlie Quebec Bravo Oscar, exit runway wing able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, John F. Kennedy Tower, Hawaiian 50, inbound on the ILS runway 31 right with information Quebec. Hartsfield traffic, Delta 2190 is 19 nautical miles to the northeast at 15,300 feet, inbound for landing, will make left traffic for runway 9 left. Hartsfield traffic, Delta 2190 is on left downwind, runway 9 left.
Hartsfield traffic, Delta 227 Delta Lima is inbound. Request traffic advisories. Hartsfield traffic, Delta 227 Delta Lima is on final, runway 8 left. Hartsfield traffic, Delta 227 Delta Lima is 12 nautical miles to the west at 3,200 feet, inbound for landing, will make straight in for runway 8 left.
Hartsfield traffic, Delta 227 Delta Lima is on final, runway 9 left. Hartsfield traffic, Delta 2190 is on left base, runway 9 left.
Hartsfield traffic, Delta 227 Delta Lima, crossing runway 8 right.
Hartsfield traffic, Delta 2227 Heavy is 21 nautical miles to the northeast at 14,400 feet, inbound for landing, will make left traffic for runway 8 left.
Hartsfield traffic, Delta 227 Delta Lima is clear of all runways.
Hartsfield traffic, Mike Oscar November Echo Yankee, taxiing to runway 9 left. Hartsfield traffic, Delta 2190 is on final, runway 9 left.
1,000. 500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard, 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 retard.
Hartsfield traffic, Delta 2190 is clear of all runways. Hartsfield traffic, Mike Oscar November Echo Yankee is taking off runway 9 left, departing east.
Hartsfield traffic, Delta 2227 heavy is on left downwind, runway 8 left. Hartsfield traffic, Delta 2227 heavy is on final, runway 8 left. Hartsfield traffic, Delta 2227 heavy is on final, runway 8 left. Hartsfield traffic, Delta 1437 is 24 nautical miles to the northeast at 14,000 feet, inbound for landing, will make left traffic for runway 8 left. Eagle Flight 1 Yankee Foxtrot, request frequency change. Delta 5170, ready to taxi with information Quebec.
Frequency change approved Delta 2190, good day.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 31 left. Singapore 24 heavy.
Contacting John F. Kennedy ground on 12139er, Lufthansa 400 heavy.
Wilco, Foxtrot Kilo Juliet Alpha November.
Delta 5170, ready for departure as runway 31 left, departing north.
Number 4, cleared to land, runway 31 right, Delta 938.
Holding short runway 31 left, Delta 5170.
Frequency change approved Singapore 24 heavy. Good day.
cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Delta 227.
Air Japan 18, ready for departure at runway 31 left, departing straight out.
Hartsfield traffic, Delta 2190 is clear of all runways. Hartsfield traffic, Mike Oscar November Echo Yankee is taking off runway 9 left, departing east.